Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, you have decided that this year, 2022, you're going to invest and save and grow your wealth. You're going to cut down your spending and you are looking to be able to grow your wealth. But you are addicted to spending. You find yourself spending even though you have not planned to spend this money. You find yourself buying shoes and clothes. You find yourself buying food and drinks. You find yourself entertaining friends and paying for subscriptions that you do not actually need. How do you actually stop overspending to be able to increase your wealth? The first thing that you need to do is avoid window shopping. Stop going into shopping areas to look at the new trends. Stop walking into supermarkets and looking at the new shoes and the new clothes and the new kind of things that are coming up. This is because you are creating additional temptation that will be able to force you to pay for something. You might actually find yourself paying for things that you not actually planned for just because you walked and window shopped. You had so much time create a certain perception of how a certain shoe or certain cloth will look on you, and you end up falling into temptation. So avoid unnecessary window shopping. If you're going to a supermarket or a mall, go straight and buy what you actually need and come back. Even better, avoid going in the fancy shops with many varieties of clothes and shoes and things that will actually tempt you, and go straight to a small shop and a small mini mart that is going to have what you need and the essentials that you actually need. Avoid the unnecessary attention. In fact, read a book or do something that is going to occupy your life and be able to help you not spend too much time thinking about what you are buying or what you are going to buy on desiring things that you cannot actually afford. Of course, the other thing is stop walking around with excess money. Stop walking around with your bank cards, your credit cards, your debit cards. Stop having access to cash. Stop having a lot of money in your possession. Stop making yourself be able to access your bank account through your phone, through M-Pesa and through mobile means, and pay. Make the availability of cash and cards in your possession and in your person less available. This is because you cannot pay for something that you don't have money for. Even if you desire and drool over a certain piece of clothing or a shoe, you cannot pay for it. This is because you do not have the cards, you do not have the access to your money, and the money that you have is going to meet your current need that you had planned for. This is going to help you to be able to cut down on necessary and unplanned for expenses. The other thing is have a budget. Yes, have a budget. It might not be exciting to have a budget, but it is important that you have a budget in which you can be able to ensure that you stick to a budget and do not spend beyond and above. If you have a certain excess, at least you know how much money can I be able to pay for or buy things that I had not planned for, like having a miscellaneous amount of money above which you cannot be able to spend. But you cannot have a way of controlling your spending if you do not know how much money you actually need to spend. So ensure that you have a budget that is going to help you to track your expenses and get to a point of knowing where does your money actually go to. Of course, the other thing is stop watching shows that create temptation. If you are addicted to ordering food from expensive restaurants or eating out, stop looking at shows and TV programs that are based on food. If food is your temptation, stop looking at TV shows on food. This is because it creates a certain hunger to be able to go to these restaurants and be able to enjoy this meal, like this person who is eating and actually enjoying their meal. In fact, some of these food shows have become so tempting that they actually have an additional microphone near the person who is eating, so that every crunch of the food you can actually hear, every slap of the drink from the tongue you can actually hear. It creates temptation continuously. If your temptation is food, stop looking at food shows. If your temptation is clothing, stop looking at clothing shows and fashion shows. If your temptation is shoes, stop looking at shoes, shopping shoes, or at websites of shoes and shows on shoes. Avoid the temptation. The less you think about it, the less you see it, the less you think about it, the less you're going to spend your money on. Of course, the other thing is invest before you spend. Ensure that whatever money is coming, You have automated your investments to ensure that the money that comes in is fast going towards your savings and investments. You do not even have the money to spend on these things. Do not first spend on your own personal expenses, then the extra amount of money is what you're investing in. That is a terrible discipline. Ensure that you have the discipline of investing fast and automating the investments 100%, so that you can be able to not have access to additional cash that you can have additional spending on. Your money has gone out as fast as it has come in, and especially the following day or the same day that it has actually come in, so that you have less cash available to be able to spend on these things. The other thing that you need to learn is to say no. Learn to say no. You do not have to say yes to every social engagement. You do not have to say yes to every meeting. You do not have to say yes to every friend who has a bad spending habit and wants you to finance their lifestyle. You have to learn how to say no. Saying no is one of the most important things, and learning that saying no can be as simple as one worded sentence. No is a complete sentence. So learn to say no to certain things. The more you have social engagement, I know of people who plan parties and insist people have a certain dress code. For example, they say everyone wears white. So if you do not have white, you go to their party, but you have to buy another clothes and shoes and everything that is white to be able to go to this one occasion. And these white clothes, you might not actually use them for other events. So you end up incurring more costs because of social engagement. You can just say, no, I'm not available. I do not have the money to be able to do it. And you can actually reduce the expenses that are related to this social engagement. The other thing is to learn how to be content. Learn to be content. Learn to be content with whatever you have. The ability to be content could be able to play a major role in allowing you to be comfortable with what you have and not buying things for the simple thrill of acquiring them, because you can never get happiness from the things that you are buying. You get happiness from the time that you are spending with the people that you love. You get happiness from the experiences that you have in your hobbies and in your other things. And sometimes those are not even expensive. Spending time with your family is very cheap. You do not have to spend money just being with your children, with your spouse, with your friends. You are the one who sets the standard on how you're going to spend your money while you are with them. So ensure that you have happiness and you are content from the things that actually mean a lot to you. Buying a car may give you a rush for a month, but after that, it becomes normal. It does not make you additionally happy for having this car every single month. But having your friends and family and your children close to you is going to continuously give you the happiness and gladness. So understand the importance of things that actually bring you happiness and be content in where you are, because not being content is going to make you focus on spending money that may not give you the happiness that you so desire. Of course, there are many other things that you can be able to do, like focus on your financial growth. When you focus your energies on things that are going to improve your financial outlook, the things that are going to make you a bit more comfortable, get you to buy things here and there and try to fit into this group of people, become less important. This is because your focus in life has changed, it has shifted. The more you focus on certain things of your life, the more spending money and buying things that are necessary becomes less important. So focus on financial growth and not having a laissez-faire way of approach in terms of financial growth, and you could be able to see yourself actually making steps and decisions towards your investments and your growth, and less towards living a life that is going to be expensive and exorbitant and rob you of financial security. I hope that you are learning, you're growing and becoming better in financial affairs. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down in the comment section. If you have other more tips, please put them in the comment section. Do like this video and stay tuned so that you can have more and more of this. Thank you and enjoy your day.